Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So I'm going to do a big, bold, bright week for the last week of summer. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so because it is the last week of summer, I thought we'd do a super summery kind of thing. So I wanted to grab this kit by Lime Mortar and I love it. It's really pretty and it's, for whatever reason, it's sat in my collection. So I thought, well, this is summery, it's vibey, it's all good to go, but I wanted to add something else to it. And I was actually really inspired by the postcard that went with this kit, which is what we're going to use to put our footy details on. But I love this colour blend. I love the pink to the orange to the yellow and into this sort of tealy green. So we're going to try doing that with blending brushes and inks. So I've got my 5 colours here, and I think they look like the right kind of colours. So we are going to do the whole page, so we'll do 5. So it'll kind of be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll come down in that. But I want to try and do them all together, which I don't know if I can do. So I'm just taking off all of my post-it notes, all of my little bits and pieces, and then I'm going to try and stick these together on the back so that I can try and get these to stay still. So I'm just grabbing some washi tape. Whoops, getting it all mixed, all stuck together, which is okay. So I've lined that up together, getting it as straight as I possibly can. Yep, and then that was going to happen, so and then we'll just stick this down. This is just going to be temporary, so it doesn't have to be a good kind of straight stick or anything. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do straight down. We're going to start off with the pink and then move down. So I've got pink, worn lipstick. I thought that was the nicest sort of colour that matched here. So I'm just grabbing my brush. I'm going to move all the stickers out of the way. I'm just coming onto the page. We'll just go straight along the top and then we'll bring it down. So I'll just show you the first blend in real time, I guess, and then I'll speed up through the others. So the thing I love about the oxides is that they don't ever have to be like the perfect layer of colour the first time, because you can build these really nicely. When you get the blend going, it's even better. So this looks a bit patchy at the moment. By the time we get to the end of it, it won't. I don't think it looks patchy. So the only thing I'm a little careful of when I'm using ink is if I do get the matte a little bit, or the glass matte. I don't know what I thought just then. I do like to sort of tidy it off before I put the paper back on it, just so that it doesn't accidentally transfer onto my other pages. So we'll leave that there with the pink and we'll move into the orange. So the orange is carved pumpkin, which I think actually might be a little bit dark. So I'm just going to have a look at it when I... No, it'll be okay. So coming in with the carved pumpkin and just being a bit light, but I'm blending these together now. So it's coming in over the 2. Oh, I like this. So the other colours I'm going to use, so I'm going to keep sort of the one that I've finished with sort of up here, just so I can blend back and forth. So the next one's going to be Scattered Straw for the yellow, and then I'm doing Cracked Pistachio and then Peacock Feathers right at the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish doing all of this. Alright, now that's not perfect by any stretch. I'm just looking at it and just going, okay, where isn't it blended nicely? And anywhere that's happened, I'm just going back in with the brush really lightly, just kind of fix up any bits. Now, probably didn't put quite enough yellow on there. I feel like the yellow is being washed out a little bit by the orange, but it'll be fine. So just for now, I'm actually going to leave them stuck together. Sorry, I'm dropping my brushes all over the place. So then we can bring in the stickers and sort of start deciding where I want to put some things. I'm actually... Oh, you guys know what I'm going to do. I'm going to add foil to this too. Alright, so the things I want to use. So the ones I have to use, I want to use a couple of these boxes just to add some extra sort of bits of, and I know I don't need to add any more interest to any of these, but I do want to add a couple of extra bits. Obviously I also need to add in the postcard, so I just got to decide where I want to put that. How good's that? It just blends in. I love it. So it's going to sit that side. So what we might do just while kind of deciding everything, we might just sit that still for a sec. Flip that over. Peel this off very gently. Just grabbing a pencil. I'm just going to mark where I want to punch the holes. That way I can go ahead and do that. So to cover up the days of the week, I thought I'd bring in I've got some Lime Mortar days of the week, and I've got some Witchcraft by Jessie, which is a rather old store, but still the stickers are good. Because I just don't have any other kind of cursive looking ones, so I thought this might work. I don't know if it will, but we'll give it a go. Just putting all the lids back on my oxides. So I'll grab my tweezers. I'm going to go ahead and put all these down, and I'm just going to put them in the exact same spot as the days that are already there and just cover them up. These are actually a little bit bigger than my days, so that should work reasonably nicely. I'm just debating before I do this if I want to put like a little spritz of water just to add in a little bit of that texture, because I love it. I know you guys have seen me do it 1,000 times before, but it just makes me happy. That shimmer water, I don't want to use that. Just plain water. So I'm just going to just put a couple of little spritzes. More than I thought. I always just grab some tissues and just sort of blot up anything excess. Some colours actually work better with this than others. The pink looks really good. I don't know if the yellow and the orange doesn't look good because I didn't spritz there enough. So let's just give it a quick go. That's a bit better. I didn't spritz enough. Go. And because that's just a really light spritz, probably needs just a little bit of heat just to dry that off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. It seriously didn't need much. It just needed a tinsy little spritz. So we'll go again with the numbers, and I've lost my tweezers now. There they are. So I'll put the days back in and the numbers. So I'm just going to cover these up as best I can. If they're not covering like perfectly, that's okay. I will also get a way to cover up February. I just haven't worked it out yet. And then the 24. And we'll just continue that the whole way down the page. I want to put that in the corner. I'm not even thinking about that. I am going to add some gold foil to that though with my foil quill, but I'll do that afterwards. So I'm going to leave that there for now just so I can work around it a little bit. So I know I want to use this box with the beautiful hibiscus and stuff. I think I'll do them down the sides. Like, I think that's like, if they're in a straight line, that's going to help me or just make it look a bit better. I might not even use boxes the whole way down. I might just use a couple of random ones and just see what happens. So I'm just going to line that up. I'm just trying to avoid getting out my ruler, and I don't know why I do this, but I feel like using the ruler is cheating, which I know it's not, but there's just something about it that makes me feel like I'm, You should be able to stick a sticker down straight, but I can't. So I'm just using the glass mat to line that up, and then I can use the ruler there sort of to hold that still. And just stick the sticker on in there. And then I'm just not going to use the peace sign because obviously I've got that on my on the postcard, so we don't need to use that. Like I said, I might just use a couple and not use too many of them and use more of the decorative ones instead. This has got a lot going on, obviously, with all the colour, so I don't really need to do too much to it, but I feel like I need to do a little bit to it. So I might just do that and that. And I'm going to put 2 more boxes in here. I'm going to put one with this girl. I'm going to put her down the bottom, and then I'm going to put like another lined one at the top over here. Kind of like that blue being in with the blues. It's just like a different shade, so it fits in really nicely. And then we'll put the green, no, we'll put the orange sort of box up here. There we go. All right, so then I have some appointments and bits and pieces around the place. So I'm gonna put this appointment sticker on Thursday. I'm just gonna put it on straight, but not paying attention to sort of the lines of it. I think it just looks fine there in the middle. So I've got an appointment on Thursday. It's planner day on Sunday, so I need to get my planner day stickers out. And it's planner day at my house, which is weird. So I'll just put one of these little planner day ones. So planner day is on Sunday. Okay, I'm gonna get that sticker and put that down now. Beautiful edging. Yep, stuck to my finger. This is why I should use tweezers, Ash. So this is obviously going to cover up the bits and pieces bit. And then we are going to add some gold foil to this because I can't resist it. Now this is, I've never done this before. I've never tried to pull up a sticker with undo on top of oxide. So what I'm going to do, just because I'm pedantic as heck, I'm just going to grab myself a little bit of scrap paper and just some oxide. Before I try it on my page, I'm just going to try it on here. So I'm just grabbing my undo and find a sticker that doesn't matter. Stickers that don't matter, come on. Just getting the smallest one I can find here. That's not something I'm going to panic about if I miss, so that's a to-do one's okay. And then we'll just put a little bit of this. Doesn't seem to have done any damage to it. Righto. I didn't think it would. Honestly, I didn't think it would, but who knows. So I'm just going to take this girl up, and I might do like a door opening and put my happy mail behind her. So I'm just going to grab her up just gently. Grabbing just a plain piece of white paper, and what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of peacock feather sort of on the bottom and blend that up into a little bit of cracked pistachio, which was that green one that we were using, and then this way can be the fold up bit. I can cut that, but then it's still got like a little bit of that colour combo going on in here. So it's sort of, I want it to mirror what's happening on the outside. Go. Whoops. Try and clean up, and I'm bringing stuff with me. So just put a little quick spritz of water on that too. Fold that flat over and then stick this down right in the corner, trying not to stuff it up. There's a little bit of room here, so if I go up a little, that's okay. Don't need to get it quite right in the corner. And we'll bring in the paper trimmer and just trim this up. I'm just using the markings on here as a guide. I'm not worrying about measuring it out properly. I probably should, but they very rarely steer me wrong, these ones. So we'll put that back on here just with a little bit of glue tape. Now it's not the same blend exactly, there's a little bit more green in this than the other one, but I think it will still work. You can always grab a little bit more of the teal, so actually I might do that in a sec. So I'll just line this up back where it was, and then just grab a little bit of that, whatever's left on the brush. Just give it a bit of a blend just to darken it a little bit. Not too much, but just a little. Okay, so I need to find something to put on the top there because I really don't like that. So because I'm going to add a little bit of gold to this, I thought adding some gold up the top might look okay. Now the downside is that, no, I'm actually going to leave it. 2 reasons. Number 1, I don't actually know of a way I can cover that up. But 2, I don't actually mind it. I think it looks okay. A little bit of extra font, it doesn't really hurt anyone. The only other thing I could really do would be cover it up with some stickers, which now that I know I can move these Monday ones, so actually just pull these up. Pull up the Friday ones as well. The February March one's probably the hardest one to cover up because it's so much bigger than everything else. So if I grab this sticker here that's got this sort of little fruit bowl and use that to cover that, and then if I put March over here, because obviously it's March on Sunday, so that works, and just use that to cover that up. It doesn't really need to be straight, but it will just bug me if it's not, so try and make it a little bit straighter. Then I can put Friday back in, and I'll just put it a little bit lower, so that works. And then over here, I use this one with the leaves and the fruit and bits and pieces. No, that doesn't work because of the straw, okay. And I don't want to use this one because we've already used the flower over this side, so, or if I put February down first, so if I put February there like that, and then put the flowers on top, I can kind of, I'll just sort of cut off the top of those. Okay, I need to put this parrot in because he's too cute not to use. I'm gonna have him sitting up there. And then I also want to put a couple of these ice creams just as decoration. Alright, so then we just need to put in some icons. So we've got gym on, I think it's Wednesday. Gym on Wednesday. I'm going to put this little green spa kind of looking one on Thursday because I have a spa appointment on Thursday. And then I'm going to put this one here for Happy Mail with the little mail symbol on the inside. So we just flip that one open to get the mail. Okay, so that is the last of it. I just want to add a little bit of foil with my foil quill just on some of these big flowers because I think because we put the foil on with that, just a little bit is going to really finish this off. So while that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and write in all the footy details on my little postcard, and that way when I come back we can just go ahead and foil. Okay, so now I've got all my footy details written down. I'm just going to add just a little bit of foil. So we're going to just grab the little, and you've got to use, if you haven't seen my little review or first impressions of this thing, go and check it out because it's actually really, really cool. But you need to use the foil that comes with it or is made especially for the foil quill. Normal Heidi Swap foil is not going to work. It doesn't react the same way. So you've got to make sure you use the proper foil. Now the downside to this foil is that I can't see what I'm doing. So it's not like I can put it down and then pull. I'm going to try doing it this way. So I'm going to sort of put it down, draw where I think, and then sort of pull it up a little bit, just so that I can try and get it exactly where I want it. So I've just got the little quill ready to go. I'm going to start actually on this little leaf at the top, because that seems to be the easiest one to start with. So my quill's nice and hot. I really wish this was see-through, but can't have everything. So I'm sure at some point here I'm going to put this in the wrong place like I just did. That's okay. I'm not worried about that part of it. It's just adding a little bit of something to join in with the foil that's on the top. See, that one's horrible. Like I've missed that, but anyway. It just adds a little something. I don't know if you guys can see that properly, but I'm sure somewhere along the line I'll find a way to put foil on here with being able to see. Well, that one's not bad. Half of the time, actually, I'm not getting this too far away. I'm pretty close. I'm actually really happy with that. That's really, really bad that I'm that happy with this, but anyway. Just adding a little bit more. That one's a bad miss, but anyway. Then it's just going to be a case of if I want to put anything else. So there's a little heart here, which if I get it, I'll be really surprised. But oh, that's actually not bad. I'm just thinking if I want to put any on the other side. I might just put a couple of little bits on here as well. Actually, this is a little bit of a trick. So just grabbing that scrap bit I used before, rubbing out a little bit of this. So I'm wasting a little bit of the foil, that's true, but see now how I've got this little window? I might be able to use that to kind of line some of these up a little bit. So it's still not going to be perfect, but I have a little bit more of an idea of where I'm going. It's still not working very well, so I'm just going to do this freehand and see how we go. That wasn't bad. Actually, you know, I'm pretty good at this. And then I'm just going to try. There's just a few little spots there in the middle of the flower, and that actually looks really cool. So I'll do that a couple more times. Do the same thing over here as well. I really hate this cord. It adds the smallest little details, but it is so cool. I love this thing. I love it. All right, I think that I'm going to leave that there. I don't think I've got anything else to add. I'm just debating if I'm going to add some to the, like add some gold to the front here. I might see if I can add some on some of these rings just to add a little bit. So where are we? It's a tinsy bit off, but it's not far. See, that adds just the littlest bit, but it is so cool. And it's times like this I wish I could actually write, like do any kind of writing, because I'm horrible at it, but it would be really cool to add just a little. I'm just adding some gold to the bracelet at the bottom, just a few little spots, just to give that some life as well. God, that looks good. I'm way too proud of this. Alright, I'm going to leave it alone, because if I keep playing with it, you know it's going to go a bit too far. That sits up there. So, that's my week taking inspiration from this gorgeous range from Lime Mortar. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think it was called Calypso, something similar to that. I will find out and I'll put it down below. Obviously, it'll be in the title. But let me know what you think. Is this a... Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to put my day off stickers in. Hold on. Sorry. I just got to put 2 little stickers in here and then I'll be done. So... because it's planner day, that means I've got the day off. Not because it's Planner Day, but it's Planner Day. I have the day off, therefore I can go to Planner Day. And I have Thursday off next week, so I'm just going to put that over here. Right, now I'm done. Now I'm done. Let me know what you think of this one. Did I go over the top with the colours? I actually think the colours worked really well. It's my favourite thing about the oxide. Two things I love about the oxides. The first thing is that it doesn't bleed through. You could not tell that that's been completely inked on the other side. And it's still able to be written on. It's not a problem. It doesn't get in the way. I just write on it like it's a normal piece of paper, and I love it. I love, love, love these inks. Thank you so much to Denise for making me buy these. Ryan doesn't say thank you as much as I do, but I thank you very much. Let me know what you think of it. Leave it down below, or you can find me on any of my socials. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic last week of summer, whatever you're doing, and I will see you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!